Still a Nation. What's going on? This your guy Cav Easy here, back for another episode of Stills for Seven podcast. Man, this is episode 150. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers took another L, y'all. You already know a couple of days went by already. No touchdowns was scored in the game, all field goals. And I'm seeing a lot, man. I'm seeing some overreacting. I'm seeing some stuff. I'm seeing people say that, this person's trash, they're trash. And I'm hearing people ask me, Kev, what you think about all this, man? Well, I'm going to get into it. Man. But I just want to talk about a few things that kind of stuck out to me as far as the game goes. It was a lot of bad things. It was a lot of good things, too. Not the good things that we want, but it was some things to look at like, all right, we got some people, man. We got some people ready to go. Out the gate, it was saying that Nate Herbig was out, and that was confirmed, and saying he's out, rotated cuff. At first, I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen that he was out, I was like, damn, yo, he got benched. He got benched, man. And I low key, I kind of still feel the same way. I I don't know, but they said that he tore his rotated cuff or whatnot, and that's where we at right now. You know what I mean? But so Zach Frazier ended up getting the start. Let me just talk about the offensive line. I think the offensive line right now, they're struggling just because I feel like nobody on that offensive line, maybe outside of Isaac, knows where they're going to play. And, Zach Frazier now, but you don't really know, like, they don't really know where they're going to play at. And to learn a new offense, new ways of blocking, not necessarily new ways, but it's not the same way of blocking as last year, new terminology. And you have to constantly flip. Like Broderick Jones kind of looked bad. I don't want to say he was awful, but he looked kind of bad. I seen him get blown up a few times. And it's like if you constantly changing left, right, left, right, left, right, one day just might not be yours. And Saturday just seemed like it wasn't his, and it wasn't a few other of them either. But it was like the constant mix-up, and these guys happen to learn different positions or be on go or ready to go for any position. That can kind of take a toll on you where you focusing on two positions or maybe three positions, and it's like you're not your best because these are not right now. None of these guys are all pros right now. Potential is a whole bunch of potential out of all these guys. Outside of Isaac Super Bowl winning champion, we're gonna get from him. He's the quiet leader as far as he's gonna put the work in. Hey, follow me. Well, I do that. But everyone else is like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Broderick Jones, we're looking at him as him being the leader of the line. And we got a couple other dogs. We don't know. Only time will tell. But these guys gotta grow. The fact that some of these guys have to learn new positions. I think the only person that's equipped right now to be like, all right, I can play right there, or I can play right there, be no problem, and not really affect them is Spencer Anderson, because that's what he's been doing since he's been with the Steelers, man, these last 2 years. But this year and last year, he was the everywhere lineman. Might have been on defensive line one time, I ain't know, But look, I think the guys are going to be all right. I think once they figure out where they are, like it's set in stone. Broderick Jones, left side, set in stone. The rest of the line, they really figure out where they at. All right, we're going to get something. But I think, and this is the pattern too I've seen with the Pittsburgh Steelers ever since we had this offensive line coach. I don't know his name. I'm not even gonna look it up. Like he's not Mike Munchak, I'll tell you that. But the offensive line kind of struggles in the first couple of weeks, and I don't want to say struggle, but you can see that they're not one, right? And that to me, that's unacceptable. I feel like the offensive line should be the first unit that gels together on your team. I feel like if they're not gelling, you should try to rethink. You should really rethink about the person you employed over there to coach them up. But new offense, it's a lot of uncertainty as far as who's playing where. But I think they're gonna get it once they figure out where they're gonna be. So, but just seeing that, I was like, But the times they did have good moments, and we're gonna really rely on this. This is something I haven't seen yet in the preseason, which I think just our approach in the season will be a little different, a little more aggressive with it. And that's just the run game. The offensive line, getting familiar with where they're going to be. It's not like, all right, am I playing this day or this that? It's not that. It's like, all right, I'm focusing on him. I got this assignment, these assignments, man. If it go down, I'll be ready to go elsewhere. But this is my main focus. That's when we get the good runs from Najee. Jalen Warren went down. I seen somewhere it said something like he's going to miss a couple weeks. It's week one. It's like uncertain. It's kind of up in the air, which is not really the best thing to hear, man. But Jalen Warren, just thinking about who Jalen Warren is, I feel like it's not going to be a big deal. But scratch that. I'm not even on that right now. What I noticed in this game, and I'm gonna start getting more notes about it, but the like LaMichael P. Ryan, what's his name? He got a funny name though. What's his name? Aaron Shamplin, like pumpkin, but Shamplin. You know what I mean? Like he had some moments. LaMichael P. Ryan is like a vet. He was the guy that he kind of gave us problems when he was with the Bengals. I believe he was backing up Joe Mixon, and he might have been starting one game when Joe Mixon wasn't there, and he was giving us some problems. I like him there. I didn't see too much from Dejon Edwards. I feel like it's not that many snaps to go around, so he suffered from it. Cordell Patterson, seeing him in there for one time, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think Cordell Patterson is gonna work because it's not like he's in need. Like we need him, like we would have had need him for punt return. That's probably still the case. I haven't seen him back there, like where it paid attention, snapped in my head. But I did notice that Calvin Austin might not be a punt return type of guy. I don't see it when I see him field these things and try to get some yards or make a play. I don't see a guy that can do this. But maybe it's just the preseason. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, but the running backs, man, the battle of the third guy, to me I think Michael P. Ryan might win it out. I think he might win it out, man. In the game, he had 6 carries for 20 yards. It's not too much to say, man. But because Justin Fields ended up leading. And we're going to talk about the quarterbacks in a little while. But Justin Fields ended up leading like the rushing attack with 42 yards. But seeing Jalen Warren going down, not really knowing what's going to be next, who's going to step up in his place, I feel like this third game is going to basically do that. So we're going to put that on pause. Najee Harris, though. This is Najee's time to be like, okay, and this all depends on the offensive line. But let's just say week one, the offensive line get it together, right? Najee Harris has all the opportunity in the world to show the Pittsburgh Steelers, Steeler Nation, the NFL, all the critics and haters, I'm a back. I'm one of those guys. I should be a top 10 guy. This is his opportunity to show that in week one. That's if Jalen goes down. I mean, if he's not able to play. And I just hope the offensive line does their job because there was one particular run from Najee. I think it was probably like an 8-yarder. Not too crazy, but it was 9 yards. He got to that second level, man, and it's just like it's kind of like Derrick Henry. It's like, yo, you get to the second level, he's gonna get 3 to 5 more yards. You know what I mean? Just off of dragging guys and whatnot. And this is the preseason. He's not even in full season mode, but I'm looking forward to what Najee can show in week 1. So salute to him. But also Jalen Warren, prayers out to you, kid. Get well, man. Man, you low key the Wolverine of the offense, man. So you should get back to it. You feel me? But yeah, man. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. I talk about the offense a lot. Defensively, Nick Herbig, Keanu Benton, those two guys, and you can throw JPJ in there because you didn't see him get torched. Those three guys from last year's class, like they're going to be the leaders of this defense. If we can keep these guys and these guys continue to get better, they're going to be the TJ, Cam Hayward, Minka. They're going to be these guys. So, like, the fact that these guys are balling, Nick Herbig, I think he had 1.5 sack, could have been 2. Keanu Benton is looking like it's no sophomore slump in his game. He's ready to go. He's going to be, I think, what we wanted from Javon Hargrave sooner, just sooner, because once Javon left, once Hargrave left, he became who we wanted him to be. I guess it was just the timing thing. But Keanu Benton in year 2, look, man, if y'all remember how good Stephon Tuitt was, Keanu Benton can kind of be like that, man, or more. Um, and so that was clutch, man. The first Nick Herbig sack, it was a slot blitz, and he was just in there. No one could hold him. I like seeing plays like that, especially from him and like the outside linebackers when we blitzed them, like in the slot or you feel me, straight in the middle. It just shows the versatility of our guys, man. Peyton Wilson ended up getting hurt, concussion. Haven't heard too much more about that, you know. But I guess that's something to monitor. Me, honestly, I feel like you can sit him down. You can just look not first play, but literally the first game you look at his run, you like, all right, he just got to know where to be. He just got to know what's going on. I can rely on him, or I don't have to worry about him. Like the vets, like Patrick Queen won't have to be like, oh, come on, man, you got. I don't think Patrick Queen would have that problem. Patrick Queen was looking good. Like our linebackers was looking good, man. Erod was looking good when he was in there. We don't know about Cole Holcomb. We don't know. But if he happens to come back and he plays as good as he was getting to last year, it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. With Marcus Golden retiring, it was questions about who will be the guys on the outside. I still think we need to see a little bit more from the other guys because I'm not gonna lie. Like once Alex was out, Nick Herbig was out. I think Alex is out early, but when Herbig was out, I started paying attention to the D line and more so like kind of the corners, but really the D line I was paying attention to them. So I would have to go back and check the linebackers out, outside linebackers, how they did. But the defense did solid. Like I said, no touchdowns. That's each team that was out there. So again, new year. We don't have to worry about the defense necessarily, but their offense. We all got PTSD as Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I got it. I know you got it. The person over there probably got it too. But look, man, I don't want to say that this is going to be an ongoing problem. I think Arthur Smith really kept his hands like this, his cards like this, if you will. And we're going to see a whole lot more in the season, during the season. Because, like, I didn't even see, I didn't see too much tight end action. I maybe saw like maybe 1, 2 passes that way. Um, I just think like it's the basic things we were trying to run. The only problem was the offensive line was not blocking to the standard that we have or that we would want from them. Because it's hard to set a standard when you got a lot of rookies up in there, one or second year players in there. Um, no excuses, no excuses. But I'm saying it's kind of hard to think that this is the standard, live up to it now in the preseason, right? But I'm assuming based off of their makeup, how they are, they're going to get better. Especially when Zach Frazier get more of this is my position. I'm the center. I run this, fellas. Let's go. That's when it's all right. The ceiling is high, man, and they can become a dominant force like we had with Pouncey, Ramon Foster, and Dave DeCastro. You can throw in the tackles, but really from guard to guard, with this line, it will be the tackle, Broderick on the left, Zach Frazier, and I guess I would like to say maybe next year McCullum. Maybe not this year because we still got James Daniels and Isaac. But McCullum, I think is that McCullum. Oh, I forgot his name, man. I might be messing it up, man. But he's a guard, big dude, 66, I believe. They gave him 66. So definitely looking forward to their progression. But it starts with them. Once they get it going, I feel like the offense is going to start moving, and we're going to really rely on this run. I don't think we've shown that a lot. I think we had to see what can Justin Fields can do, or what can Russell Wilson do. It was more so of that. That's what I was kind of getting. Like, what can they do, right? Instead of, all right, if we just straight up try to run it, we're not really getting the practice we want as far as the other things, right? We know we got to see if Russell Wilson can make that play to GP downfield. Probably like this much, and GP was in there, right? You got to see if Justin Fields, when the play break down, can he not turn the ball over? So I think those are the things that the coaches wanted to see. It just wasn't satisfying, right? It's like the food wasn't nasty, but it wasn't fulfilling either. It was like, I don't want to reference the food, but it's like that's what we got. Justin Fields, he didn't turn it over. We saw him running, but it was like, you couldn't close the deal. You couldn't close the deal in the red zone. Russell Wilson, I think you only had 2 incompletions, but you got sacked 3 times. I really wanted. I don't want to full on blame Russ. I think it's a 50-50 thing, Russ in the offensive line, because the times he got sacked, Broderick, one of them, Broderick got cooked. Maybe 2 of them, Broderick got cooked, but I'm going to lay off for Broderick right now. Pause. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Yeah, like once that start going, that's what we're going to have to accept the fact that, this thing is growing. It's cool. It's all right. So y'all don't got to overreact. Y'all got to overreact. A couple more things, man, from the game. Let me see. Yeah, man. Talk about the offense not being able to move the ball like that. It didn't look Canada like. It was just like, guys are not doing their assignments correctly. It's not like the scheme was bad. It was like the guys are not executing their plays. Like I said, Nick Herbig, not Larry, but Larry O being one of the vets, he looked good out there, man. If he has a healthy season, it's just like, we're deep. We're deep at the tackle position, at D-line position, man. And we still got Cam. And it's dope because Cam won't have to be out there that much. Because you see these guys, even even Loudermilk, and a couple of other guys, like they're playing solid. They're playing real solid. Adams playing solid. Big shout out. I would do the top 2, bottom two. Matter of fact, let me do that, right? Let me do that. My top two, bottom two. Top two. For me, it's tough because I actually have three, and I might have more, but it's three out the gate. So I'm gonna just pick two, right? For me, it will be I would have to go with Keanu Benton. I take that back because I feel like Keanu Benton. It's tough. I don't think you can lose it either one, right? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do two in the honorable mention. Keanu Benton and Nick Herbert. The future is bright for these guys, man. 1.5 for Nick Herbert. I think I don't know if Keanu finished with a solid one or they probably gave him a half. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What did they do for my boy? Uh-oh. Let me see. Y'all want to show me shine? All right, they just gave him a half, but he had he had two quarterback hits. He had a tackle for loss. Nice, 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 man. But basically, those two guys definitely showed up for the last year rookies, man. Broderick Jones, you let them down, brother, but I know you're gonna get it back, man. Um, but my honorable mention goes to Cam Johnston, man, dart punter. This man, our offense couldn't get anything going, but this man was able to give our defense great position to like kind of box in the offense, man. To get off the field and give the offense better position or give them good position to start is that the offense was failing everybody. It's failing the punter, failing the defense, But um, when you see things like that, where last year and the year prior with Presley Harvin, shout out to him, I think he got signed by the 49ers, man. Um, it was just very inconsistent where we would need a great punt and it would be a dud. It's like, oh, come on, bro. Where Cam Johnston is like, yo, y'all gonna have to march the field. They're gonna have to march the field. Now it'd be funny when the season started, he get trashed, but so far so good for him, man. So that's an honorable mention. My bottom two, Broderick Jones. I'm not gonna just single you out. I'm gonna just talk about the whole offensive line because as someone that played offensive line, defensive line, one thing about offensive line, man, and everyone out there that ever played offensive line before, it's not one guy that gets in trouble with coaches. It's the whole line. It's the whole line. You feel me? Like one of your guys can be getting burnt, toast, cooked, county. Ugh. And the coach is gonna be like, it's the line. It's the line, all y'all. It's all y'all. You know what I mean? I got PTSD from that too. But look, man. So the offensive line is definitely bottom two as far like one of the positions. And the other one to me would just be quarterbacks, our quarterbacks, not being able to, with the talent we have, to not be able to run that offense to get us in the end zone. I feel like I had opportunities like the one pass that got away from Justin Fields. Wait a minute. Was that Justin Fields? I think it was. But it was a couple of throws that got away from them, and it's like, we had opportunities, man. Another honorable mention, Fitzpatrick, that mean sideline catch, man. It was one of those situations where you had to be locked in, focused, and you played through the whistle. You feel me? The ball was coming. I think it got tipped. If not, dude shadowed it or whatever. But I think it got tipped a little. But the fact that Des Fitzpatrick positioned himself to be aware, like, yo, it's still coming, that was dope, man. And I know the coach is looking at that and say, okay, next game, let's look at him a little bit more. We don't know when Roman Wilson's going to come back. We don't know. So it's like, you see this guy here is like, all right, man. It's like kind of like when we had Miles Boykin, right? But he might get a little more opportunities than Miles Boykin. That catch right there, I don't think Miles Boykin was gonna make one of those. But you see special receivers come out of Pittsburgh when they can do things like that, man. So I'm looking forward to see a little bit more from him. I want to see if he has any more opportunities like that, man. Shout out to Miles Killebrew. Miles Killebrew, he had an interception. Now, the interception, the interception came from Mitchell Trubisky. And when Mitchell Trubisky came out, they booed the hell out of him. Rightfully so. Mitchell Trubisky was one of the worst quarterbacks I ever seen play football in my life. My life, man. And that's not even trying to disrespect him. I'm just saying, from a decision making standpoint, one of the worst I ever seen. I think Rex Grossman is better than Mitchell Trubisky. And glad we don't have him no more, man. But look, he overthrew his guy so crazy. Miles Killebrew literally like his job only was just to catch the ball. It was coming to him, so but he still caught it. It was a momentum play. The offense didn't capitalize off of it though. Like they should have capitalized off of that. But like this is the preseason, but just still at the end of the day, this is like, this is gonna carry over. Will this carry over to the season? Because we saw last year our offense lit it up. And when the season came, like, oh, we showed everybody our best shot in the preseason. Where this one, it might actually be opposite. And I'm not going to lie, like, the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, our most successful teams in my fandom tenure is when we get trashed in the preseason. And then we just start cooking in the season, you know? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Everything I just spoke about right now, man, y'all can hit them comments. Shout out to everybody right now that's watching on X. Had to do some things, man. X did some crazy shit to me, yo. They say, look, you gotta have a premium account. You gotta have a check just to broadcast. I'm like, what? I said, man, fuck that, man. I ain't doing it. Then the next show go by. The next show go by. I'm like, oh shit. And now we here. So shout out to everybody that's watching on X, man. Shout out to the people watching on YouTube. You feel me? And Twitch. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitch as well, man. No longer doing Stills for Seven podcast episodes on IG. IG is going to get a special day back. Remember, Stills for Seven Live started on IG on Wednesdays. We're going to go back to that. You feel me? So on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the season, which will be, I don't want to say next week, but the week after, we're going to be live, man. And that's when we're going to really talk, fan engagement. You feel me? Us fans going to all parlay. And it's definitely going to be the Wednesday before, actually, that situation. But yeah, anyway, we'll get into that later. Another day, you know what I mean? But anyway, shout out to everybody that's popping in, man. You feel me? You can leave a comment and all that about anything we talked about. Got some you feel me, Twitch, they out here, they trolling on Twitch, man. It's all good. It ain't disrespect though. You feel me? They saying cheap viewers. I ain't gonna put it up there. But it might be like a bot or something, man. But shout out to them. Shout out to them, man. Yeah, man. So watching everything. Shout out to Darius Rush. He had a nice pass deflection on 3rd and goal to limit the Bills to get a field goal instead of scoring and getting a field goal. I saw a lot of read options with Justin Fields. It was cool that we actually have him, and we can run him. Justin Fields' ability to run and extend plays, it gave me a Cam Newton feel. Like prime Cam Newton. Prime Cam Newton was literally carrying the team. on his back. Well, let me not say the team. Because you had Luke Kuechly, you had Thomas over there, you had a couple other people over there. But he was carrying that offense, man, like on his back. When Justin Fields starts to run or whatever, where he starts to use his legs, I don't get the Lamar thing, because Lamar is more so like dicey, like, I'm going to get to my spot, I'm going to get out of there, you feel me? Cam Newton, I don't even want to say Josh Allen. Josh Allen might be a little too aggressive, right? and but Cam Newton is more so like, yo, all right, that ain't gonna work. Cool, I'm gonna make it like this. Damn, all right, bet. Let me run this way. It looks slow. Maybe that's why I'm saying Cam, right? Because Cam looked slow, but he wasn't slow. So I see a lot of that, man. I see a lot of that. So I don't know. I don't know. My big question to y'all is, should we be worried? Should we be worried, man? I think based off of the things that I said so far in this episode, shouldn't worry yet. Oh, oh my gosh. I seen the day, and something told me not to even click it, yo. I just know it. At this point, I just know it. If it's not coming from me, if it's not coming from the the other people, you feel me, that do Steelers content, man, like mainstream people that cover the Steelers, man, outside of maybe Good Morning America, not Good Morning America, Good Morning Football, they anti-Bird, man. You feel me? And then it's like you got Stephen A up there, and I'm talking about First Take. You got Stephen A up there, he's not a Steeler fan. The Steelers are his favorite team. There's a difference between the two, right? The Steelers is his favorite team, so he's not paying attention like someone that's like really a fan of the team. He is, because you can hear it in the way he talks. You can hear it when he references certain players. He'll say a name where it's like, dog, he's not even a factor. Or you'll bring a guy that may not be on the team anymore. So I don't know. But then you have Shannon Sharp, who is just playing his role as a Raven, man. Because like for those who don't know, that Baltimore and Steelers rivalry really started from Shannon Sharp and Coach Cowher. Them going back and forth with each other, man. I think Shannon Sharp said something, and I think after the Steelers beat them, I think that's when Coach Cowher said something like, yo, make sure Shannon say something or something like that, right? So that was kind of like what birthed that rivalry. So I'm never going to, like when I hear Shannon Sharp talk about the Steelers, yo, I'm just like, it's like Bart Scott. When you hear Bart Scott talk about the Steelers, it's like, bro, why is he talking about the team? You know what I mean? Like, and to me, I feel like that's unprofessional. Like, not really for Shannon, because I think because Shannon will mix some real shit in there. But he got a Bart Scott. You feel me? Who I still like, who I think probably out of everybody, he hit Ben the hardest in Ben's whole career. I think he hit Ben the hardest. I was like, oh my gosh, Ben might be dead. But still, like the hate is real when it comes in, man. But yeah, like when these people cover the Steelers, man, it's like, what am I gonna do with this information? Like, come on. So y'all make sure y'all pay attention to people like me, other people that do the Steelers content. You feel me? Y'all see me on these shows. Y'all see me here and there. You feel me? Like almost everybody that do Steelers content, outside of mainstream media, they decent, man. They be the ones in the mainstream, man. It's like I'm going off on a tangent, man. But look, I think I would prefer Scotty Miller as the punt returner if he stays on the team. I brought it up a little bit earlier. Calvin Austin, he doesn't give me that punt return vibe. I feel like he's very limited. I don't want to say very limited. He hasn't shown the ability to take one to the house if he has to make a move or two. If it's not open, like wide open, like Noah's You feel me? Like part of the Red Sea. It's not that he might not go far, you know? And that's just something that I noticed this whole preseason, you know. Somebody like Scotty Miller, as soon as I saw Scotty Miller, and I was like, that's what a punt returner kind of looks like, right? And we still don't know what Cordell Patterson. I don't think he's going to make the team, bro. Unless he's hurt still, or he's hurt or something. The fact that he's not even back there, or I'm not noticing that he's back there, bro, you out of there. Like, we're going to get you up out of there, man. I think you're only here to help the running backs and receivers and whatever, man. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, man, outside of that, losing Nate Herbig at first, even to this day, I still call cap and gown on it. We just gonna have to see about that. If he didn't fumble that exchange, him and Justin Fields didn't fumble that exchange, would he have tore his rotator cuff? I don't know. I ain't calling fake. I ain't calling. You know what I mean? I ain't doing none of that. But losing him, Jalen Warren being out, and his situation was hamstring. And you know, with a hamstring, you can't really play with that. You can't play with no hamstring, bro. Because it can sneak up on you at any time. You feel me? Anytime. So definitely had to monitor that. Going into this third game, man, this final game, not sure how they're gonna play it out. I feel like this was the time to get the starters in, but it's like, dude, the way that the offense played, first team gotta go back out there. Who gives up? Let me not say that. I'm not going to finish that sentence, right? Get the first team out there. They haven't proven that, they can run this offense yet, right? In front of people, that's not their teammates. I don't know how they looked against the Bills in practice, but dude, that preseason game, I ain't looked too good. That ain't looked too good. But for me, I'm not going to overreact like most of the people that's been overreacting these last couple of days. This to me is still a wait and see, especially after seeing that offensive line play, man. I'm like, okay. And then the way they played, it wasn't like, these dudes are trash. It's like, nah, these dudes look like they're not sure of their assignments. They're not sure of their assignments, are not able to be aggressive. Like when Broderick Jones got blown up, it looked like he made his moves like someone that wasn't too sure, causing him to get blown the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So, offensive line, they're going to get it together. They better get it together. But I think the coaches need to do them a service and actually let these guys know where they're going to be at and actually keep them there. Just keep them there from right now. I know some guys are out, but just because Dan Moore can't play right, don't mean you got to sacrifice Broderick Jones, man. I know, man. It's like Hollywood swinging with these guys, but this let these guys play where they play the best, man. And hopefully the young kid, Troy Fatamu. I hope I said it right, bro. I hope I said it right. Hopefully he comes back by week 1. Even that will be tough because, bro, your first game is actually the game. Your first game back is actually the game. So, but it's against Atlanta. I'll be out here. You feel me? I'm still deciding. I don't think I'm gonna go to the game. I don't know. I'm gonna be around though. I'm gonna definitely be around. I don't know, man. Just to keep it total, I don't like watching football games live, like in person. Maybe because if someone pointed it out to me the other day, right? And then, I'm gonna end the show on this, but someone pointed this out to me the other day. It was like, I was like, man, I can watch a baseball game live. I can watch a basketball game live. You know what I mean? Like, not anything, but just those two, like we're talking like pro or whatever, anything. Like I can watch those. But it's like with football, I can't watch a football game live because, and then I was like, I don't know why. And then I want to say it was my cousin. Shout out to my cousin, man. But he was like, maybe it's because you're just used to playing. So you don't know, like, It's feel weird when you just watch it. And I had to think about that, like, because this goes all the way back into, because I used to like going to football games, right? I used to like going to football games as a kid. But it's like once I started playing and becoming a player or whatever, and starting to make a name, I couldn't watch football games live anymore. I'm like, yo, dog, I should be playing what I'm doing and wasting my time. There was a lot of that, man. But yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna go to the game to watch it live. I'm not gonna. If I go there to watch it live, I'm not gonna watch the game. I'm not gonna watch the game. You feel me? I'm gonna be too engaged with the crowd. I'm gonna be engaged with whatever's going on around me. You feel me? But yeah, all the festivities outside, all the festivities. You feel me? There's festivity the day before. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be out there for that. But for real, man. But look, man, I appreciate y'all popping in. I appreciate y'all watching this thing, man. We back on X, y'all. We back on X. We back on X. You're shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, watching on Twitch. You feel me? Make sure y'all oh shit. I'm sorry. Oh man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on that one, man. It's your man Kevezy. You can follow me everywhere at Kevezy, Keveze. For those who don't spell well, I don't judge, man. Be back next week, next Monday, man. Episode. Hopefully, I'm gonna have more to speak about. Well, it's a pretty lengthy episode. You feel me? But I have more positive things to speak about next episode, man. Be on the lookout for Sills for 7 Live. Be on the lookout for other things, man. Shout out to the VSN family, man. We still doing things. You feel me? And that's it. With that being said, man, she got Kevezy, man. I'm gonna get on out of here. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and all that. And if y'all don't hear me say that right now, y'all gonna hear it in a second or two, or three, or four, or five. My timing be so bad. So let me do this because I want to make my timing right. So let's do my outro one more time. Shout out to y'all. You popped in, y'all listen to the guy, Shout out to the people, you feel me? Shout out to the panel. As you can see, I did this on Dolo, you feel me? It was some issues, I believe, you feel me? Some issues definitely on my part. Started the show a little late. It's all good though, man. But shout out to the team, shout out to everybody, man. She got Kevezy, man. Sills for 7 podcast, episode 150 is definitely in the books. So take that, break it down, roll it up, smoke that, man. And what you smoking? Smoking on a Browns pack. Calling it early, man. So, I'm out of here, man. Sills for 7, man.